Welcome to the video, guys. How are you doing? So yes then, welcome back to another Premier League Game Week 5 prediction. This time the matches are on during the week. Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. And then back at it again at the weekend. Honestly, the matches are coming down thick and fast. Unfortunately, I am doing this the day after my Game Week 4 prediction because I've got an ice cream event this weekend, so unfortunately I can't keep on top of this prediction. Hello guys, here we are, Game Week 5 predictions. Let's go. Crystal Palace versus Brentford. Both teams have had a great start to the season. Palace look a different team under Vieira, so this could be a good match to kick us off on Tuesday night. Could be a close one. The way Palace are playing at the moment, from last season, they have really improved. You know what, Palace have a great future ahead of them. Honestly, if Palace can keep Vieira for a few more seasons and keep their players as well. Brentford on the other hand, you know what, they're just Brentford. Thomas Frank, he's a great manager. We've got some great players. Ivan Toney, Ben Mee there now. Honestly, Ben Mee is going to be crucial for them this season in defence. So he's 32 years old, but Ben Mee is very crucial to their defence. Free transfer, by the way. So that is probably, you know, that is a great sign for Brentford, a free transfer. But anyway, guys, on the recent performances, Palace look amazing. Palace look a better team than last season. Brentford look good as well. But I think Palace will be too strong for Brentford. Palace have some great confidence in their play now, so I think it's going to be a 2-0 win for Crystal Palace. Next game we have is Fulham versus Brighton. Recently, Fulham just got knocked out of the round 2 in the cup against Crawley, I think it was, against Crawley. So that is a massive shock. So that could really hurt them. But say Brighton, for me, Brighton are the most improved team of the Premier League. So Brighton might not have the players, like the world-class players, but somehow Graham Potter is like getting them to play together as a team. It is amazing, actually. Say Graham Potter, I said this before, I say it again, he's going to be future England manager. Brighton have not got world-class players, and somehow they still manage to surprise everyone. They still seem to come out and do well in the Premier League. Fulham, on the other hand, say they lost to Crawley in the cup. If Fulham can keep Mitrovic fit and play to his strength, they could be in for an amazing season. I think it's going to be a draw. I'm going to say 2-2 for Fulham versus Brighton. You know what? That's a great point for both teams. Great point for both teams. Next up we have is Southampton at home to Chelsea. Southampton in the cup recently won. They brought on Che Adams against Leicester and they won 2-1 and he scored 2. He actually scored 2 goals again in the cup. I know the team they play is a lower position. I think they're all about selling Che Adams, but after these performances last 2 games, he scored 4 goals in 2 games. So I think Southampton will try their hardest now to keep him. He's an old Leicester boy, so it's good to say, I swear he used to go to my school. So it's nice to see someone local to Leicester doing well. So you know what, yeah, I think Southampton will try and keep Che Adams now. Chelsea have lost Koulibaly for 3 games due to that red card against Leeds. Yeah, losing him is a big loss. Say Koulibaly is one of the best defenders in the world, so to lose someone like that for 3 games is going to be a big loss for them. So we'll see how they get on against Leicester and Southampton. We'll see what the scores are. But I do think Chelsea will be a bit too strong. So I'm going to go for a 3-1 win for Chelsea. Next up we have is Leeds versus Everton. Wow, man, Leeds have had a great start to the season under Marsh. They look amazing. They just play counter football. Leeds just attack you. Honestly, they don't really defend, they just attack. That's how Leeds like to play. I think the manager said in the interview the fans like to see us attack, so we're going to give them a treat. So, you know what, fair play to Leeds, man. I predicted them to finish the bottom half of the table, but if they carry on the way they're doing, they could finish in top half. We should find out how that plans out. But yeah, Everton on the man, guys. They've got 1 point out of 3 games. Not a great start. I don't think Lampard will survive the season. We'll find out how that happens, but I don't think he's going to survive. I love Lampard, say a great football player back in the day, but I just don't think he can handle it in the Prem yet. Because he got sacked by Chelsea, a big step up by the way from Derby that was to Chelsea. So I can't really blame him for getting sacked there. Because say from Derby to Chelsea, that's a big step up. So Calvert-Lewin, he's still injured for 5 weeks. So literally Everton have no striker, just like Chelsea. So that could play a big part in their season. But I do think Leeds are going to be too strong for Everton. So I'm going to predict Leeds to win 2-0. Been really impressed with Leeds, man. Crazy. We are now kicking off to Wednesday. We have Arsenal versus Aston Villa. Wow, man. Arsenal are the only team left in the league so far. I'm playing this weekend, but obviously I'm away, so I can't really see how they've sort of got on. But so far they're unbeaten in 3 out of 3 games. Honestly, Arteta has turned Arsenal around. Honestly, from last season, Arsenal look a completely different team. And you know what? Arsenal could win a few trophies this season. I'll say that right now. They could win a few trophies. To keep Jesus fit and Odegaard fit, Martinelli fit, Saka fit. Honestly, Arsenal have a great forward line, so it's going to be good to see how they got on this season. So last season Arteta was about to get sacked. The owner kept his faith and stuck by him, and now Arteta is paying him back. Villa on the other hand, they won in the week though in the cup 4-1. I think it was a League One side. So far it's not looking good for Villa. It's not looking good for Villa at all. But so find out how that plays out. I think Arsenal are going to win again, another game. I think it's going to be a 2-0 win for Arsenal against Aston Villa. Next game we have is Bournemouth versus Wolves. Wolves have signed some big players this season. Nunez, he's a great player. I thought Wolves will have a better start to the season as they have, but they've only got 1 point out of 3 games so far. All their team are literally Portuguese, so all their players know how to play together, because obviously during their Portuguese nation team. So Wolves play some amazing football. It's good to watch Wolves play football. Say they pass the ball around so smooth, but they can't quite score enough goals. So that could be the price for them this season. Bournemouth have won a game and lost 2. Bournemouth haven't really signed anyone outstanding. They signed a guy recently called, I think it's called Sensei or something. I said at the start of the season, I think Bournemouth will be in trouble this season. You know what? Bournemouth for me have just not got enough good players to win these sort of games. So I think Wolves will come out on top, but by only a 1-0 win. So that'd be a vital win for Wolves if they win. So 1-0 to Wolves. Next game we have is Manchester City versus Nottingham Forest. Forest have had a great start to the season so far. And as you know, your boys are Leicester fans, so see Forest doing so well, it hurts. No, but fair play to Nottingham Forest, so fair play to Nottingham Forest. You know, they've come out of this league buying 18 players, so they've brought 18 players, guys. That's a full team and a full bench. So I can't believe how much they've done this season. So you know what, fair play. Steve Cooper, man, he came into last season in the Championship when Nottingham Forest lost I think it was 7 games in a row or something like that, and they took Steve Cooper on. He got him out there, he got him promoted, and now they're kicking it in the Prem. So fair play to Nottingham Forest. Man City, man, have such an amazing team. Kevin De Bruyne, Haaland, Foden. This will be a walk in the park for Man City though, because I think Man City will be able to break Nottingham Forest down. So I think Man City will come out on top of this game and win, only by a 3-1 though. So be a fair battle for Nottingham Forest. 3-1 to Manchester City. Next game we have is West Ham versus Spurs. So West Ham, I can't believe what start they've had this season. Honestly, I thought they'll do so much better than what they have done already. But yeah, they've lost 3 out of 3 games. They can't seem to keep the goals out. It could be a long season for you West Ham fans. Hopefully West Ham can turn the season around this week against Spurs. But Son and Kane have not got their momentum going yet. When they play together, it is so good to watch. You know, Kane always seems to look out for Son every time, and Son always buries them chances. But anyway, I think Spurs will be too strong for West Ham. Unfortunately, I think West Ham will lose again to Spurs, and I think it's going to be a 2-1 win for Spurs versus West Ham. Next game we have is Liverpool versus Newcastle. It's a pretty bad start for Liverpool this season, honestly. I did not expect this start from Liverpool. I thought they'll kick the start of the season and win like all their games, but they've not won a game yet. I don't know what happened this weekend, we shall find out. So their goalkeeper Aston had an interview not long ago, and he said teams have worked out how to play Liverpool. And I said that to my mate, because my mate's a little Man United fan, watched that game together, and Man United seem to have worked out their attack. And you know what? I see it as well. Liverpool might need to change up their play a little bit, just to so it puts the other teams off, because teams are right now working out how to play against them. So that's not good for Liverpool fans and the Liverpool in general. Newcastle, they battled hard for a 3-3 draw against Man City. Right now, today as I'm filming this, Newcastle are about to sign a guy called Isaac from Real Sociedad. £60 million. I'm just filming this right now. They are literally about to sign him. So if they get him before this Liverpool game, he's a Swedish player. He looks a young, you know, he's young, he's Swedish. Might be a little bit pricey, but obviously he's young, and that is the reason why it's so pricey. But if Newcastle can get this guy before the Liverpool game, wow, man, that could be a game changer for Newcastle. Isaac, man, Isaac. It's a good, amazing. But anyway, guys, on it. So if this happens, if this guy plays against Liverpool, I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. That is right, a 2-2 draw for Liverpool versus Newcastle. Man, it's a great player, by the way. Don't go sleep on him. He looks good. The last game we have of this week, Thursday night, is Leicester versus Man United. As you right now, this match is on telly, and this is going to be such an annoying game to watch. Leicester, man, they beat Stockport, guys, but guess what? They beat Stockport on penalties. Leicester had 26 shots, 82% possession, and somehow we could not score. That is our problem this season. We cannot score. So and keep the goals out, in fact, as well. So Leicester, man. Leicester trying to hold off a bid from Fofana to Chelsea. But I think he's the problem right now. Recently, Rodgers admitted that he put Fofana in the under-23 training session. So Fofana right now is not currently training with the big boys. He's down there with the under-23s training. And that is Leicester's problem this season. They've got too many players that want to leave. Too many hotheads that want to leave. And something ain't right, Leicester. A lot of fans of Leicester want Rodgers to be sacked. Football has gone a bit stale, but I don't know right now. But could be in serious trouble this season, and they're against Man United, who look like they've reformed their play. Against Liverpool, they looked great against Liverpool. They looked amazing against Liverpool. Attacking. They did defend quite well as well. So I think Man United right now are coming on the up. It could be a big game for both teams. Say, if both teams need points, one heck of a scoreline. We shall find out. But I think Man United will be too strong for Leicester. So I'm going to predict a 2-0 win for Manchester United against Leicester. So then, guys, that is my Game Week 5 predictions completed. Let me know down below in the comments if you agree with any of my predictions. And like this video, guys, subscribe if you're not already, share with your friends and family and your dogs and your cats. So I'll see you guys next week for Game Week 6. Thank you for watching today's video. Good, and good night.